Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Holsinger's Fly Tying. I'm your host Sean Holsinger. Today I'm going to give you a beetle pattern. It's the 4th of July weekend here as I sit down and tie this fly. And in my area in central Pennsylvania, the 4th of July means the Japanese Beetles are just starting to appear. When they do appear, it's bonanza for the trout because they fall in the water a lot and trout love to eat them. The great thing about them is you can't fish them wrong. The more aggressive you are with the beetle, a lot of times, the better the action is. You know, you want to take and slap it down on the water. You want it to make a splash when it hits the water. When you do that, it catches the trout's attention and you get a reaction strike a lot of times. So it's a fun way to fish with this beetle hatch. I'm going to put a little sighter on here. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a very small fly. Size 14, which is, you know, about the size of the beetle. And it can be hard to see even with the sighter. So what you want to do, you want to watch for the smack where it's hitting the water. And then if you can't see the fly, keep an eye in that area. Any trout that rises, you set the hook. We always say when we're Euro nymphing, hook sets are free. It's no different here, okay? Set the hook if you think there's a fish in the area where you think your fly is. Don't let it pass up on one. So, anyhow, guys, very easy fly to tie. It's only going to take me a couple minutes to tie it. And a lot of material you probably already have. The foam, I picked it up at Walmart. I got a big stack of it, multiple colors for just a couple bucks, you know, and it works great. So, have fun tying it, get out and fish it. Also throw a dropper under there. Something very small, go as small as you can, and use it as an indicator. Like right now I'm fishing this or a caddis, like a clueless caddis or something like that. If they're not hitting the beetles that day, then I'm using a clueless caddis for my dry. But I'm dropping a zebra midge under this right now. That's what's working for me. So have fun tying, guys, and here you're going to see the fly in the vise and then the material is to tie it. Alright, here you see this simple little beetle in the vise. Let's get into tying it here. Just a nice easy pattern, and it won't take long to tie. So for a hook, I'm using a Firehole 419, and this is a size 14. Dry fly hook, and whatever size, like a size 14 dry fly, whatever you like to use. For thread, I'm using some dark gray. You could use black, would work well too, even brown. And I'm just going to start it, and I'm going to wrap it back towards about where the barb would be, right back to the end where it starts to roll over. Next thing I'm going to use is, this is Siman Magic Shrimp Foil. This is cool stuff, and it's got a lot of flash to it, that's why I like it. And the color is brown, so we're just going to tie some of that onto the top of the hook here. Make sure we keep it on the top, and you're going to wrap it around right back to that bend of that hook there, and you can see how I want it kind of evenly down both sides, so it'll pull up over my foam here, which is next. Now, next thing I'm going to use, this is a 2 mil sheet of foam, black foam, craft foam from Walmart. I just went down and like 2 or 3 mils where you want to be on this, on the thickness, and I just cut it into a strip about, I don't know, an 1/8 3/16 inch wide. And now, once I get that cut, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to angle the end just a little bit so it tapers down to tie it down. And I'm going to tie it down about an eye to eye length and a half behind the eye there. And we're just going to wrap it back, right back to that foil where we stopped the foil, and come forward with it. Okay, now next thing we're going to do is add the body, which is some Peacock Herl. So I'm just going to take about 3 pieces of Peacock Herl, green, natural, whatever color you have here. And I'm just going to wrap this down. And then pop the ends off. And then I'm just going to wrap this forward. And just make a nice thick body here. Nice tight wraps. Oops, I lost one there. So I'm going to make sure I get that one wrapped down. Okay. And then I actually lost another one, but I got it wrapped down too, so that's fine. We're just going to tie this off now. Okay, now we're going to add the legs. For the legs, I'm using some brown, if you have black, whatever, flex floss. And I'm going to cut about 1.5 inch piece off. And I'm just going to put one on each side. Now this is the pain in the butt part of this, to keep them on the side like that without rolling around one side or the other. And because they really tend to want to roll, so it's just a lot of wrapping it loosely and then tightening up to get it where you want it to go. Now then, when I get that on there like that, now I'm going to take these front two, I'm going to split them and I'm going to pull them back one to each side. Oops, and this is the pain in the butt part here. And then I'm just going to wrap in front a little bit of them, kind of to display them and hold them out to the side like that, you see. Okay, now I'm going to wrap back in between the two, come back in with my foam, and I'm going to wrap between those two legs. I'm going to do it loose, a wrap or two, and then I'm going to tighten it up so I get it exactly where I want it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take right above that eye, I'm going to cut it off, and then I'm just going to round the foam off to give it a nice little round head here. So there you can see I got a, let me pull her down there, a good round head on there. Okay, now we're going to take a little dab of super glue, put just a touch. I like the this Gorilla Glue with the light blue bottle here, the light blue cap. It is Gorilla Glue, Super Glue, Impact Tough Formula. It's one of my favorite one. I use it for just about everything. And I'm going to pull this brown shrimp foil up over the back. Make about 3 wraps there. Cut it off with the head. Then I'm going to take a yellow piece of that foam, cut it real thin, set it on top, and this is going to make my cider. About 3 wraps of that. And then I'm going to whip finish. I'll put like 2 whip finishes with like 3 wraps on there. And that's it. And then now we just have to trim everything up. Oops, dropped my bobbin. Okay, so I trimmed that up short. That's my cider. Now I'm going to come in with these legs. I'm going to trim right at the back of the beetle for them, for the back legs. And for the front legs, I want them to be about the same length as the back ones. And there you go. That's all that's to it. Pull that off there. Alright guys, I hope you like that simple pattern. It's a fish catcher. And like I said earlier in the video at the beginning, 4th of July in our area is traditionally the time to start fishing beetles. So get it up, cast it along the banks, under trees. You know, anywhere you think a beetle would have the potential to fall, that's where you should be fishing it. You know, fish the middles too. Fish the middle of the creek, whatever, but you know, if you see a nice cut up along a bank where the bank's cut out and there's some grass laying there, that's the area where the beetles and the ants and stuff are going to be falling into the water and they're going to become food for the fish. So, you know, key on those areas. Shady areas are going to be better because it's going to keep the water cooler. The trout are going to like it a lot more. And I said in the beginning of the video here about using a zebra midge. A white zebra midge is one of my favorite things to drop under this. The other thing is an ant. Like a wet ant is killer underneath here. Because like I said, the ants, the grasshoppers. This is terrestrial time we're into right now. So those are the patterns you want to be fishing. You know, a lot of your mayfly hatches are done, and you want to be keying on terrestrials because that's what's going to be in the water the most. So hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe to my channel like always. I have these in the box at the fly shop now, so if you don't have the time to tie it, you'll want to get some in the water with some right away. Down in the description link there below, I'll have the link to all the materials and to the fly listed on our website. So thanks for watching, everybody. Until next week when I bring you another video, I'm Sean Holsinger.